Okay, in this video, we're going to still graph cosine. So I'm going to draw my axes. I need to find the amplitude. And I need to find the period. For amplitude, we look at this number. That's A. That number is 1. So the absolute value of 1 is 1. So my amplitude is 1. So I'm going to just come out here and mark 1. And in the same distance from its axis, I'm going to mark -1 because that's the amplitude, up and down. Then I'm going to find the period. The period is 2 pi over b. In this example, b is 2. So I'm going 2 pi over 2, which is pi. So I've actually compressed it because pi is shorter than 2 pi. But we'll come out here and put pi. Remember, we got to divide the period into fourths. So I'm going to cut it in half. So I'll divide it by 2. If I divide by 2 again, that's going to be pi over 4. So let's just count. That's 1 pi over 4, 2 pi over 4. So 3 pi over 4. So I've labeled my amplitude. I've labeled my period. I know that in the root function for cosine, I'm going to start at its max. Next point I'm going to cross. I'm going to hit its minimum. I'm going to cross. It's repeating now. And now I'm going to come back to its max. So this is the cosine curve of one cycle. Remember, this would continue on doing the same thing with these numbers coming up by. It would be 1 pi over 4, 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 4 pi over 4. The next one would be 5 pi over 4, 6 pi over 4, and so forth. So we're graphing one cycle. If we took a snapshot, there's one cycle, one period of the cosine graph of y equals cosine 2x.